Well, that is some pretty nice, dry, ready to use. That's a nice, that is 6 inches. 6 by 6. And this is a full 2 by 6. So, yeah, that's gonna make, I'll get a little bit. Most of these logs that are cracked, it's hard to make boards out of, so it'll make really nice timbers. So a few of them are big enough to get a couple of boards as well as a 6 by 6 out of. So yeah, well, there's 10 foot at the other end. There's 2 feet. It's got a crack. The rest of it looks pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna roll another one up and chop it up, and you know, hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little different for me. I've learned a lot. I've watched a lot of videos and learned a lot of do's and don'ts, and I'm hoping I just don't make same mistakes some other people do, but you know, it happens, and if you get in a hurry, then you're gonna make mistakes. So I try not to push myself. Well, I can't push myself. I'm gonna get 2 or 3 logs cut up in a day. My back, if I gotta bend over much, then my back just gives out. So then we'll just putter away and do what we can. Son-in-law will be down to help whenever he can, so we'll get a little bit. Much. It'll be a nice 6 by 6. Along the near future, you'll see a new home for this getting built. So stay tuned. doing this morning. Cutting these logs. I'm going to make some 6x6s. And I cut most of these 10 feet long, so I only need 9 foot 2 inches on my 6x6s for my 10-foot wall on top of my treated footing. So no sense milling this, you know. If I'm cutting an extra foot 4 places, that's an extra 4 feet of cut that I done unnecessarily with my bandsaw blades, and you're just dulling the blades. So if I'm cutting 20 logs with a good new blade, if I'm cutting them whatever and then trimming them down afterwards, you know, I'm probably only going to be able to cut 19 logs and my blade's going to be just as dull. So, you know, if I can take a foot off and make my lumber exactly the length that I want it, then if I'm using it right away, I'm not worried about the ends cracking and stuff. If I'm doing a bunch and dry piling it, your ends always crack, so it's always nice to have your lumber. If you need 10 foot, you know, go 10 foot 6 so you can trim the ends. But in this case, I'm making a lot of 6x6s here for little timber kind of framing. So it's better to just trim it first. I can cut it down when I'm done cutting the slabs off. It's a nice square cant, and that's it. I don't have to trim it after that to start building. So that's what I'm doing this morning, and I have some other stuff here that I kind of set up, as you can see, beside the mill. I put a sawdust box. I'm going to be putting a little hood here because the sawdust blows straight out, so I'm going to be putting a little hood so it just deflects it a little bit so it's in the box. So I don't have all this that you see on the ground. I mean, that's from the chainsaw, but the mill won't be throwing it all on the ground. I can shovel that box out every night after I'm done, and it's a good deal. It's all cleaned up nice and easily, so we're going to continue on. Maybe we'll get into a little cutting later. Well, this afternoon I might try and cut a couple of timbers. I'm just going to get her fueled up. Still doing some trial runs, but seems to be running okay. I made some nice 1x8s yesterday and some 6x6s. Get her fueled up, and then I got to fill the water tank up. I got a pail, so sure gonna just watch me spill it all over the place. I have to get me a nice short funnel. We dribbled a little bit. Not too bad. Just want to keep this really clean. Make sure you're not getting any dirt or sawdust or anything that might plug the line up, or you'll be taking it off and flushing it all out.